So children, last time we had talked about heading number 2, that is Mendeleev's periodic table. I rub it off and now I am coming to the actual periodic table, and that is the discussion of modern periodic table, modern periodic law and modern periodic table. So and I have kept it horizontally like this, the board, because I'll be requiring space in this manner more for making the table. So let me write the headings. So I'm coming to heading number 3, and heading number 3 is modern periodic law and modern periodic table. See children, Henry's law, the Mendeleev's law was given in 1869, and he gave the periodic table, and then that periodic table was improvised little bit, which we wrote last time is the improvised version of the Mendeleev's periodic table. It was well accepted, but the study was going on to classify the elements properly on the basis of their similarities in the properties. And then there was a scientist, Henry Moseley. In 1913, he did some experiment and he changed the total perspective about the chemical and physical properties of the elements. So what he did, he plotted a graph in which he took the root of nu, that is frequency. He studied X-rays, he studied X-rays of various elements, and X-ray का जो frequency आता है, तो he took the square root of the frequency of those X-rays of various elements, and on this axis he took the not atomic weight but atomic number, and when he did that he got a kind of straight line like this. But when he got atomic weight, he did not get this kind of straight line. So I repeat once again. So he did the experiment. He plotted a graph in which on the y-axis he took the square root of frequency of the X-rays of various elements, and on the x-axis he took the atomic number, and he got a straight line. And the moment he got that, then he said that means the physical and chemical properties of the elements are the functions of their atomic number and not atomic weight. And when he said that, then the total idea so far that we had, that properties depend upon the atomic mass, it changed. So it is on this basis Moseley gave the modern periodic law, in which he said that the chemical and physical properties are the functions of the atomic number of the elements, and therefore when we arrange the elements in the increasing order of their atomic number, then we find that periodically the similar elements will get repeated in a table. So I repeat once again, the chemical and physical properties of the elements are the functions of atomic numbers of the elements, and therefore when the elements are arranged in the increasing order of their atomic number, then the similar elements get repeated after regular intervals. And it is on this basis we make the modern periodic table. And the periodic table, I'll make it myself. You have it in your textbook. So when you see it in the textbook, in page number 96, you will see this periodic table, but I would like to make this periodic table myself and show you. Okay, so so that you have an idea how the periodic table was made, and then I will get into the background of the periodic table. So in a periodic table, so what was done, so earlier it was like this, it was like this, 1, then 2, here gap of 10 elements, and then here we have it is like this. And earlier the place of hydrogen was here, now it is not there, so I will rub off this particular block. And there are 18 columns, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm sorry, here there will be 10 elements, 10 columns. And here it will be, yes, it is like this. Here 1, 2 vertical column, S1, S2, then D1, D2, D3, D4, D5, D6, D7, D8, D9, D10. Now here will be P1, then P2, P3, P4, P5, and here it will be P6. P6. So this is how it is. And these are 18 vertical columns representing 18 groups. So these are all groups, group 1, group 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Then here comes group 13, group 14, group 15, group 16, group 17, and group 18. In the earlier periodic table, here was the place of atomic number 1 hydrogen. Now that place has been removed. That's why I rubbed off this particular block. Here is number 2, atomic number 2, that is helium. Then here is atomic number 3, lithium. Atomic number 4, beryllium. Then here is atomic number 5, boron, 6, carbon, 7, nitrogen, 8, oxygen, 9, fluorine, 10, neon. Then here is atomic number 11, that is sodium. Atomic number 12, magnesium. Then here is atomic number 13, aluminium. 14, that is silicon. 15, that is phosphorus. 16, sulfur. 17, chlorine. 18, argon. Then 1, 2, this is actually period 1, then period 2, period 3, period 4, period 5, then period 6 and period 7. This is how it is. This vertical columns are groups and these horizontal rows are periods. So 18, then 19, that is potassium. 20, that is calcium. 21, that is scandium. 22, that is titanium. 23, that is vanadium. 24, chromium. 25, manganese. 26, Fe. 27, CO, cobalt. 28, nickel. 29, copper, 30 zinc, then 31 is gallium, 32 I'm sorry, 31 gallium, 32 germanium, 33 arsenic, then 34 is selenium, 35 is bromine, 36 krypton. Then here is 37 rubidium, 38 will be strontium, 39 yttrium, 40 is zirconium, then 41, 42, 43, I'll just fill it up, I'll write the names of the elements later on, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54 is iodine. Then here is 55, that is cesium, 56 barium, 57 that is lanthanum. Then directly after 57, then you have got 72 that is hafnium. Then now 58 to 71 we'll put it separately. Then 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86 is radon. This is the only inert element which is radioactive. Then 87 francium Fr, 88 radium, then 89 is actinium. Then after that you have got directly 104, and that is RF. RF is rutherfordium. And here the last element is 118. 118 is unioctium. So UO. This is how the elements are. Okay. Now let me fill up. Let me refer the book and fill it up so that I don't make any mistake. Now 41 is niobium, Nb, 42 is molybdenum, 43 is technetium, 44 is lutetium, 45 is rhodium, 46 is Pd, palladium, then Ag, silver, then after that cadmium, then indium, In, then Sn, that is tin, that is Sb, that is antimony, 51, 52 is tellurium, 53 is iodine, then I come to 73 tantalum, Ta, then W, tungsten, then Re, then Os, then iridium, Ir, then Pt, platinum, then gold, then mercury, then after mercury Tl, tantalum, then Pb, lead, then bismuth, Bi, then polonium, then astatine, At. At is astatine. Then after that you have got this thing Rn. Then this is Fr, Ra, actinium, rutherfordium, the 104, then 105 Db, dauberinium, then 106 is Sg. These are all artificially formed element. Then 107 Bh, borium, then 108 Hs, 109 is Mt, then 110 is DS, then 111 is Rg, then 112 is Cn, 113 is NH, 114 is FL, then N 115 is MC, 116 LV, 117 is TS. But these elements are artificially formed, so we know them by their IUPAC name. Like this is unnil quadrum, so it is UNQ. This is unnil pentium, UNP. That is easier way to remember. 1 stands for un, 0 stands for nil, 4 stands for quadrum. So unnil quadrum. This IUPAC nomenclature of these elements I will discuss later on. This is easier to remember. These are all named after the scientist, which is difficult to recollect. 106, that is unnil hexium, so UNH. Then unnil septium, 107, UNS. Unnil octium, UNO. Then unnil ennium, so UNE. Unnil ennium, 9 is N. Then unnilium, 110, so UN. So ununium, UUU. Now 2, last one is 2, bium, 2 bi. Then 113, tritium. Then quadrium, pentium, UUP. 116 is hexium. 117 is septium, and 118 is octium, and its other one is OG, is named after the scientist, so it is octium. So it is better that from 104 onwards you remember the names on the basis of the IUPAC. This is easier. 1 stands for un, 2 stands for bi, 3 stands for tri, 4 stands for quadra, 5 stands for penta, 6 stands for hecta, 7 stands for hepta, 8 stands for octa, and 9 stands for N, and 0 stands for nil. So it is on that basis I have named it, and that is more well known all over the world. This is how it is. And after that, you may be wondering 58 to 72. So what has happened to it? So they are placed separately because their discovery was done later on, 58 to 72, and they are following lanthanum, and that is why they are called as lanthanides. So 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, and then 71. So 58 CE, cerium, 59 plasmodium, PR, 60 is PM, 60 is ND, neodymium, ND, 61 PM, 62 SM, 63 is EU, that was, if I am not mistaken, europium. Then 64 GD, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71. I'll do that. Then 65 TB, 66 DY, 67 HO, 68 ER, 69 TM, 70 YB, this is ytterbium actually, and this is LU, lutetium, Similarly, you may be wondering 90 to 103 what has happened. In the same manner, these 14 elements are placed separately and they are following actinum, and that is why these 14 elements are called as actinides. They are called as actinides. So this series is called as actinide series. 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102 and 103. So this is TH, thorium, Pa, protactinium, it is very well known, uranium, neptunium Np, plutonium Pu, americium Am, then Cm, californium, then Bk, then after that Cf, 98, then Es, then Fm, then it is also known as centurium actually, because atomic number is 100. Then Md, you can give the IUPAC name, unnil unium, unnil bium, unnil trium, like that you can name, but this is NO and this is LR, that is lawrencium. So this is what is the entire periodic table, and if you notice carefully, there are 18 groups, correct? 18 vertical columns, 18 groups, and this is one period which is only of helium, then second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, and separately there are two periods. One is for actinides. This is for actinides, and this is for lanthanides, because this is following lanthanum. So this is lanthanides, and this is after actinum, so they are called as actinides. Is that clear to you? Now interesting thing is how this periodic table will show the classification. That I will discuss on the basis of electronic configuration, and that I will do in the next video. Okay children, I hope you have understood how the periodic table is made, because always we see it ready-made chart, but you must have noticed how it is to be made. Okay, so thank you, thanks a lot, God bless you children.